Marvel is back at it again, and this time with the Eternals.
It's the J. Craig Movie Review. Movie Review. A movie with you.
All right, directed by Chloe Zhao from Nomadland last year, I believe. This is the Eternals. It stars just about everybody, except I don't know anybody. Angelia, Jolie, Selma, Hayek, they're the names in this story or in this movie. The rest of the cast of characters, I don't really know. I think I recognize a few of them. It's a attempt at creating new characters and a new storyline for the Marvel Universe. And it's a lot of characters that no one knows. The Eternals. Like, I have comic book geek nerd friends that just don't know what the storyline or who these characters are, because they don't not enough material for them. So they're really kind of shooting their load here, trying to find something new that they can do, because they've done all the main characters. There's a couple smaller characters they can go into and different characters they can go into, but the main heavies are gone. So now what do? Well, all right, now we start bringing up some new shit. All right, so here we go. We got Eternals. It's actually an entertaining. Let me put it this way: it was entertaining. I wouldn't say an entertaining story, but I was entertained because I love going to the movies. So it's always fun to be in the movies. It was entertaining. It's funny. It's a Marvel movie, so it fits in the mold of Marvel. They bring up instances of Marvel. They have comments about Thanos and other things like that. But and something about a cape, So it even sounded like there was a Superman reference in there. There was. How is that possible? How is that possible? There was a Superman reference, if I'm not mistaken. A Clark Kent reference, if I'm not mistaken. How do you do that? How does Marvel do that? Okay, never mind. Wow. Okay. All right, so the Eternals is kind of like the gods of Olympus. They come to Earth. They came to Earth millennia ago, and they're here to do something. And I kind of like what they're here to do. I don't want to tell you that because there's some cool, interesting aspects of the story and what's going on and the stakes involved. So there's some cool things there. The problem is it's just too bloated. It's 2.5 hours long, so I was getting kind of tired. Dude gets kind of tired when it's like 9 o'clock, and I'm like, oh, when's this movie wrapping up? So it was a little long, but it's bloated full of characters. And I get the idea and the want to have diversity and have all these different characters represented. And I'm glad they did. And there's some good characters in it. But unfortunately, it's just bloated full of every diversity you can possibly. There's 10 of them. There's 10. There's 10 characters. There's not even 10 Avengers in the first Avenger movie. And yet we took 4 movies to get to that point. Here we're going to throw the people that we're going to throw a bunch of characters that no one knows at the screen. All 10 of them. Bam. Okay. Well, I don't think it works. It is entertaining. You'll probably enjoy it. But I think it's trying to do too much with diversity right now. You can't just throw every single character. Like the little girl, boy, non-identifiable character. Forget her name. She's the youngest one. She won't age. She's like the teenager, right? And so there's a cool element to her story, but her story has no place in this particular story. It's there for a checkbox, and that's it. And you have every other ethnicity and diversity that you can possibly try to throw in. And if it works for the story, great. But just to try to jam it in to get everybody in there, you don't know the characters. And so there's a cool there's an African American. Well, she's not African American. She's an Eternal. So, I mean, they have all these ethnicities all over the place. I guess that's the spawning of ethnicities, maybe. I don't know. But she is it's like a Flash, right? She's the speedster. And she's got a really cool character, okay? And there's another character who has mental powers where he can make people do things. Okay, cool character. They have like a little relationship that we don't know about until the very end. I'm like, well, there's something cool there. There's cool things happening, but there's not enough time, even though it's 2.5 hours, to do all of it. You have 10 characters. Okay. It's entertaining. It's fun. It's chock full of diversity. It's got some good humor to it. I was entertained by it, but it's really just kind of just middle ground. It's a middle ground movie, and what do you expect? It's a bunch of characters who no one knows about, and they don't give enough time to shine. There's some interesting elements about every character. There's just not enough of it. So, hey, you're going to go see it. I hope you do, because it's the movie theaters. They need your business. They do. Go see it. Check it out. Go subscribe. I need your business. All right. Happy movies.
It's the J. Craig Movie Review.